Hello, today we're going to look at trig graphs, so sin x, cosine x and tan x, and we're just going to look at the main features of those graphs. So the first graph we've got here is a graph called y equals sin x, and all I'd really like you to do is just to remember the main features. So it cuts the x-axis at 0, 180 and 360 out there. Also, its maximum occurs at 90 degrees and it has a maximum of 1. Its minimum occurs at 270 degrees and that minimum value is -1. So that's your basic sine graph. Right, this one is called a cosine graph. And main features this time: cuts the x-axis at 90 degrees and also at 270 degrees. Again, it has a maximum of 1 and a minimum of -1. Maximum of 1 occurs at 0, and if we could see it just out there, it'd be 360. And also the minimum, -1, that occurs at 180. So again, we're just interested in the main features of this graph. Now, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is these waves go on and on and on forever. So generally we tend to look between 0 and 360 degrees for our basic graph, because that tends to give us one full wave. But these waves can go on and on forever. I'll just show you that. So if I was to drag this wave, the cosine wave, you can see it goes on and on and on forever. So if I was to keep on dragging it, on and on forever. Right, let's go and have a look at the last graph, which is our tan graph. Main features here: cuts the x-axis at 0, 180 and 360, just at the end there. An interesting feature of this graph is at 90 degrees, so if I draw a dotted line down there, it's meant to be a straight line, my apologies for that, and also at 270 degrees, the graph never ever touches those lines. So x equals 90 and x equals 270. The graph never touches those lines. And if you're interested, they are called asymptotes, and you could look into that further. So please just be aware of the main features of these graphs. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.